So now in this session, what I'm going to cover, I'll post certain vendor invoice along with credit memo, and then payment also will be posted. And then I'll show how to see vendor's open item report. Okay, so in order to post invoice, I'm going to use transaction code FB60. Press enter. Now, so here first of all, what we have to do, this is called document header. These all details. This comes under header label, and here these all details are called line item. This is line 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Okay. So now what will happen here in document header? First of all, here you have to give vendor information, vendor number. So which vendor we have created, that vendor number we have to give. So change your company code because I'm here TM03 is there. For you guys, it's not required to change if you're having only one company code. Press enter. So now the company code got changed. Now select your vendor number. So click on drop down. If you're not able to remind the vendor, so click on drop down, press enter. Your vendor number is coming. And then invoice date, I'm going to give today's date itself, and posting date. The difference I'll explain from next session onwards once I cover terms of payment. There I'll explain in details. Right now simply we have to check how to post an invoice. Still we are having lots of things to cover. So one by one, there are several things will be added here. Now amount I have given, let's suppose 1000, and so now guys, whenever we are trying to post any entry for vendor, so what will be accounting entry? Accounting entry will be the expense GL will be debited and vendor account will be credited. So expense GL could be anything, whether we are having any purchase related GL or whether we are having any other service related GL which belongs to expense. So we'll see whether we are having any expense GL or not. So I'm able to remind we have created a rent GL. So that is also expense GL. And if we have taken rent from somebody, building on rent from somebody, so whoever the owner is there, that will be treated as our vendor. So we are going to use that expense GL. What is your rent GL? Click on drop down and select the rent GL number. It will be around, I think it should be 4000. The number should be 4000. Yeah, it is. So this rent GL I'm going to use here, and 1000 I have given here also, and there is no required to give debit or credit, nothing we are going to select. Simply system has taken automatically debit credit. So here rent is getting debited, and whatever the vendor will come at header level, that will be credited by system automatically. So if you want to check the accounting entry, just click on simulate button here, shortcut, or else here in this one in menu bar also the same thing will be there. So from anywhere you can go. See, so here what is happening now, here debit and credit is showing by system in terms of posting key, but there on the front it was not, posting key was not there, so need not to be confused. Here by symbol we can come to know what is getting debited and what is getting credited. our vendor is getting credited and the expense GL is getting debited. Okay, click on back button, and here I have given a date which belongs to previous month. Generally it should be 09. Anyway, I just have to show you guys how to post this. So this is how we are going to post the vendor invoice. Okay, once we give the vendor invoice, what will happen? The entire details is going to appear here, vendor name and address, and system also saying that bank data not available. Okay, now anyway, still we are having many of things to go. So now if you have to post this, click on post button. Click on post button. Now one more thing I'll let you know guys. I'll just create a new session, and I'll do one thing. There will be a few error which is very much common, and it may take place on frequent basis. Say for example, whenever you post a transaction, see here we are going to post against a document type. Here KR document type is appearing. Okay, here KR document type is appearing. Now I'll do one thing. What will happen? Sometimes somebody will come here and they are going to change the document number because they have created a different document number. They will change here while transaction posting. Now if you guys are going to post the transaction here, see I am going to post the transaction here. What is happening? Let's see. It has taken because we have entered the details earlier and we have made the setting just now. So now we'll do one thing. We'll do this once more. We'll post this transaction once more. Once again, and then click on simulate. See here, now the error is appearing. In company code TM10, the number range 19 is missing for year 2017. So if this is the case, if this kind of error appears, instead of 19, it could be 20, it could be 10, it could be 5, whatever. So whichever number range related errors appear, it means first of all you have to check what is your document type. So here system shows document type is KR. Now you need to go to transaction code OBA7, OBA7. If you use OBA7, and then you need to click on position and give your document type KR. So here KR will appear, and double click on KR document type and see number range 19 will be here, or any other number range. So why system is showing error over there? Because if you click here on number range information and give your company code TM10, click on any interval. See, we have created number range 01. We have created number range 01. But what we have given number range against document type? We have given 19, or somebody has given 19. So whenever system post a transaction, whenever you are going to post a transaction, here we have given document type KR. So while posting a transaction, we know very well that system will generate a document number. So how system is going to generate document number? Because we have assigned a document type. By default itself, it is assigned by system itself. While if you post a transaction through FB60, KR will come by default. Now, so system will check what is the document type. System found KR document type is there. Against KR, system is going to find which number range is there. So number range is 19. Against 19, system is going to find out which range we have given, whether it is 1000 to 2000, 4000 to 5000. So against 19, if system is checking, there is no range has been given here. So two solution: either you are going to create another interval, another number range against 19, or else if you have already created a number range 01, then come back and assign this 01 against this document type and save this. And once you save, then what will happen? Once again you have to enter this transaction, because these changes we have done just now and these details I have entered before changes, so system has locked this one. Now, so use FB60 once again. FB60 once again we are going to use. And now once again, if you want to post, so last time the error was taken during simulation itself. If you simulate, now system is going to press enter. Here that error has not appeared. If you want to post, easily now system you can post this transactions. So we have already posted a transaction. Now I'm not going to post the second invoice. I have to show you something else. So FB60 is the transaction code. It's pretty simple how to post an invoice through FB60. Now let's suppose I have posted an invoice worth of 1000 rupees. Now what is happening? There may be a chances whenever we receive any product, any goods from vendor side, what will happen? The company will have quality inspection team. So what exactly the work of quality inspection team? They will check the quality of the product, and based on that, they are going to decide whatever quantity they have received, out of which how many quantities are defective. If it is less in quantities and all, they are going to check each one by one for each one. Or if it is more, if it is bulk, then what will happen? They will take some sample, random basis, some sample will be taken, and then they are going to do the quality check. And if they found any defective item, then sometime what will happen? They are going to cancel entire lot itself. Anyway, let's suppose they have quality inspection team has done the quality check and all, and they found 30% of the product which we have received is defective. 30% of the products are defective. Now, so guys, what will happen if the 30% products are defective? Then those defective products we have to return or refund to the customer, return to the vendor. So for that, once you return it back to the vendor, we have to adjust our books of account. Right now, this 1000 worth of invoice we have posted, and if you send 300 worth of goods back to the vendor, we have to adjust our books of account. I hope it's pretty clear. So it means we have to post a credit memo. Credit memo means, earlier what we have done, earlier we have posted an invoice, and if you post an invoice, it means system has created a liability worth of 1000 rupees. Now what will happen? So here vendor has been credited, and when you post a credit memo in that, vendor is going to be debited with the amount of 300 rupees, and if you see the total balance, then its system will show only 700. So whenever we have to make payment, how much payment we are going to make? We are going to make payment of 700 rupees itself, because we'll come to know very easily that we have raised an invoice worth of 1000 rupees, and then we have also raised a credit memo worth of 300 rupees. It means 300 worth of goods we 300 worth of goods we have returned to the vendor. So now I'll post a credit memo. It's pretty simple. Nothing is there in that. But I'll show you guys how to post a credit memo, and then I'll show you guys how to post a payment also. So now I will post a credit memo. So in order to post credit memo, the transaction code is FB65 slash NFB65. Press enter. It's gone, so I'll have to log in once again. Okay, so use transaction code FB65, press enter, and give your vendor number. So guys, every time you are not required to search here what is your vendor number, because if you have given vendor number once, then last 15 transactions system will record here or remind here. So how you are going to select the previous details which you have entered? If you press space button, I have pressed space button. See, all the previous transactions, whatever the details I have given, this is appearing. So it means last time I have given this vendor number, so I am going to select this one. Again, document date, you can take any document date. Now, the amount, I am going to return amount worth of 300. GL, I am going to give the same GL, and once again here 300. If you go to FB65 transaction code, then the difference is here. Earlier GL was debited, and right now the same GL is going to be credited here. Okay, so earlier 1000 minus, and right now earlier 1000 will be a plus symbol for this GL, and right now 300 will be minus symbol. I'll just show you guys here. Click on simulate button, press enter, and see here earlier vendor was credited, and right now vendor is debited. Earlier rent account was debited, right now rent account is credited with 300. So that's how system is going to adjust the balances. Click on post. So we have posted this credit memo also. Now first of all, we have to check the vendor balance, the total how much we have to make payment to the vendor. Now, so if you want to check the vendor balance, use transaction code FBL1N. Earlier, to see the GL balance, what transaction code we were using? FBL3N. Now, to check the vendor balance, we are going to use a transaction code FBL1N. So use transaction code FBL1N and press enter. Now, so here you need to select what is your vendor number. Click on drop down and select your vendor number. Press enter. So this is our vendor number. We are having only one vendor, so only one vendor has appeared. Double click on this and then simply click on execute. Click on execute. Now see here, we are having total two transactions. The first one is 1000, second one is 300. First one is 1000 and second one is 300. Okay, so here it's pretty simple. We can come to know by document type, we can analyze that, okay, this 1000 is the invoice and this 300 is the, this 300 is the credit memo, because KZ document type is the symbol of credit memo, and this what to say, KR document type is the symbol of invoice. And apart from this, for more details and all, you can do one more thing. We can give certain narration also here in text field. If you want to give narrations, we can give narration also in text field while posting the credit memo or invoice. Where to give the narration, I'll let you know. Let's suppose here we are having text field, so you can give something, like rent for corporate office or XYZ, whatever transact details you want to give, you can give. So this is how we have to post credit memo. Now I am going to make payment posting. So here what is happening, how much amount we are going to post? We are going to post, make payment of 700, or else I'll just do one thing. I'll do one thing, guys. I'll make an experiment. We'll make one more invoice. We will post one more invoice worth of 2000. We'll post one more invoice worth of 2000, and let me save. So now if you see here, the total balance is 1300. Oh my god. I have posted credit memo, isn't it? It's not an invoice. So ठीक है, I'll do one thing, then I will just post an invoice. I'll just post an invoice amount 5000, and here also amount 5000. Okay, now what will happen, see, we are having reference field, text field, and if you click on payment, we are having one more field called assignment field. Somewhere it will be assignment field, it is here. So in assignment field, what we are going to give, generally, let's suppose vendor has sent you invoices. So while posting this, we are going to give this invoice number here. Now the invoice number is like, this is the invoice number, let's suppose. So this I have given, I have posted an invoice worth of this one. Click on simulate and then save it, in the sense post it. So if you post, what will happen, your system is going to make it refresh. Okay, so now I have refreshed it. Okay, so now this assignment field is appearing. Likewise, I was supposed to post for others also. This invoice I have posted, and I'll tell you guys, this invoice I have posted, the invoice number was 1004 or 10,004. This is the invoice number which is given by vendor while sending the invoice. So this we have posted, and against this invoice we have posted a credit memo worth of 2000. So while posting the credit memo also, we can give the assignment number here 10,004. So now I am going to click on edit, and here I'll enter here itself 10,004 to make you guys understand. Save it. Now if you click on list and click on refresh, so these two are appearing, so that we can come to know here, okay, against this invoice this credit memo has been raised. Okay, now for this one, for remaining two, let's suppose we are having a different assignment, in the sense while posting the invoice we will be having, this is the number, save this in assignment field, and for this invoice also we will be having again the same, this assignment field. Okay, so click on list and make it refresh, so that changes will appear. Now it become pretty simple guys, that we are having two invoices and two credit memo. Okay, so these two are relevant to each other. It means against this invoice this credit memo we have raised 5,000 worth of invoice and 2,000 worth of credit memo. So against this item total payment, how much we have to make? We have to make total payment of 3,000. And against this invoice this credit memo we have raised, so total payment, how much we have to make? Total payment we are going to make 700 rupees. Okay, 700 we have to make. So now let's suppose we are going to make payment of invoice number 1002 or 10,002. Invoice number 10,002. We are going to make payment against of invoice number 10,002. So we know very well that invoice number 10,002, against that we are having a credit memo worth of 300. It means 700 total payment we have to make. Now make payment. Use transaction code /NF-53. This is the transaction code to make vendor payment. This is manual payment. There are other way also that will be covered later. We have started just now, so there are lots of things to go. Press enter.
Kumar, hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, go into the back screen.
back screen, FB60 was
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And right. Here it is written, transaction is invoice. If you look into that, if
Uh-huh.
we'll do the drop down here, there is
But
another option is
here you
coming.
will be
I mean, the
getting credit
payment.
memo also, yeah.
Acha. Here only two options: invoice and credit memo.
Yes.
Okay.
Since
Okay, thanks.
I have to inform you guys about the transaction code. That's what I didn't go from here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So from here also directly you can jump, but use FB60, FB65, because you have given credit memo, press enter. If you press enter, then system will say that you need to enter invoice here. Then again press enter, then system will say, add invoice date here. So it's better that use FB65 directly. It is going to adjust these all fields, and you can enter the details very easily.
Sure. Thanks.
So I'm going to just explain about the payment posting, how to post a payment, and here use transaction code F-53, give your document date. Okay, now remaining other thing has been taken by system automatically. Nothing we are going to give here in this field. Reference, header text. If you want to give some details and all, then we can give header text and all. But anyway, this is not a mandatory things. Whatever mandatory things are there that I have entered. Now, the other detail, if you want to make payment, from which bank account you are going to make payment. So we are going to make payment. Let's suppose we might have created HDFC Bank. So take the HDFC GL here. Click on drop down and select HDFC GL account. Press enter. So we are having here HDFC GL account. If you want to make payment by HDFC, you can select this one. If you want to make payment by ICICI, you can select that GL. So now I am going to make payment through HDFC Bank GL. I have selected that. And how much amount we are going to make payment, guys? 700 rupees. So I have given 700 rupees. And then, so under bank data, what I have given? Under bank data, I have given the bank GL and then the amount. And under open item selection, open item selection means what I am going to select here. I have to select vendor number for which vendor I am going to make payment. So select here. Click on drop down, give your company code, which is taken by system by default. Press enter, so your vendor number is appearing here. Now, so either you have to press enter button or else you can click on process open item. You have to press either enter or click on process open item. Now, if you have selected process open item or pressed enter, whatever you do, system is going to take you to the next screen, and the next screen which appears here, all the open items are appearing. Open items means how you'll come to know what is open item? While checking the vendor report, whatever this red color symbols are there, this is called open item. It means these are the invoices or credit memo against which the payment has yet to be made. Yet to be made in the sense, I have posted an invoice worth of 1000 rupees, but the payment has been not made yet. I posted an invoice of 300 rupees, but still, whatever invoice I have posted, I have posted a credit memo of 300 rupees against a invoice number 10,002, but still 700 payment we have not made. So what will happen? Until unless once we make payment of 700 rupees, then what system is going to do? System is going to clear this invoice and credit memo, and this will disappear from here, and where it will appear I'll let you know. So these all red color symbols are there, that will be shown as an open item. Open item means still payment has not been posted against these transaction which is appearing here. So now I am going to make payment posting here. So how much we have to make payment? In case of invoice number 10,002, we are going to make payment of 700 rupees itself. So see here, amount entered is 700 and amount assigned 3,700. I have entered that I have to make 700 payment, and system has assigned here that system is saying that you need to make payment of 3,700. But right now, since I have to make 700 payment itself, so I'm going to select relevant items. So what are the relevant items? We are having this 1,000 and 300. Okay, it means this is our invoice and this is our credit memo. Remaining these things I'm not going to make payment against this invoice or this credit memo, because these two are relevant. So double click on 2000, double click on 500 also. So if you double click on any line item, what is happening? It is going to deselect those line items. If you double click once again, see it has selected and it is going to increase the balances here. So if you want to deselect, double click and double click. So what will happen here? If you deselect it, it means only these two, this invoice 1300 credit memo is appearing. So 1000 is there in minus and 300 is there in plus. So minus plus 300 is adjusted and 700 is the balance which is assigned by system. And how much amount I have entered? I have also entered 700. If you want to see the accounting entry, click on document and click on simulate here also. So your system is going to show you the accounting entry. Your bank account is getting credited and vendor is going to be debited. So this is your accounting entry, and if you click on post, in the sense save it, system has generated a document number. Come on the vendor report, click on list and make it refresh. So see, right now we are having 4 line items. If you click on refresh, 2 has gone. 2 line items has gone from here. It means now those two are no more open item. Why? Because we have made payment to the vendor. We have cleared our liability. So those 2 line items has been disappeared from this list. This is open item list. Now click on back button. So why open item was showing? Because I have see here in status I have selected open item itself. Okay, now if you want to see about those items which we have posted just now, click on cleared item and click on execute button once again. So see here that this is the transaction which is showing by system, or else click on back button, and if you click on all item, then what is happening? Click on execute once again. So here system will show you open item also and whatever the line item which is cleared, both will be shown. So here open item means the payment yet to be made against these 2 line item. Cleared item means what is happening here? This is the invoice worth of 1000, a credit memo raised worth of 300, and a payment also has been made worth of 700 rupees. And how you will come to know that these 3 are the relevant transactions? Because while payment posting I have given an assignment field, invoice posting and credit memo posting, while payment posting I forgotten, I have not given this. But anyway, we are having one more things to identify. Whenever you post a payment, system is going to clear the open item and system is going to generate a clearing document also. So see here we are having clearing document 1017, 1017, 1017. It means all these 3 items are relevant to each other. It means these 3 are relevant to each other. So easily we can identify which one is the invoice, which one is the credit memo, and which one is the payment. And how can we can analyze, guys, with the help of document type. KR stand for invoice, KG stand for credit memo, KJ stand for vendor payment. If you want to check, come here, use transaction code OBA7, press enter, and then click on position, give your document type KR, press enter. It is showing here vendor invoice. Then we are having KG also. So see, somewhere KG also will be there. Here KG. So this is credit memo, and somewhere vendor KZ also will be there here. KZ is here. So this is for vendor payment. So that's how we can come to know that which one is invoice, which one is credit memo, which one is payment. Now, once again, I'll explain. People will ask, what do you mean by document type? You have to say document types. Generally, it determines the type of transaction. Types of transaction in the sense here, document type is explaining that this line item is invoice. Same here, document type is explaining that this line item is payment and this line item is KZ. So by looking at document type, we are able to analyze the types of transactions. And apart from this, document type controls the number range. Whenever this document number has taken place, this document number has been generated, or this document number has been generated, this number has been generated with the help of document type itself, because number range will link against document type. This much at least you have to say. And then if you want to add more, then what we can do, we can make double click on any document type, and reference number and header text field can be made as a required field with the help of document type itself. Reference number and header text. Okay. So these two fields also can be made mandatory or required with the help of document type, and this will be asked by people then how to make a reference number and header text field as a mandatory. So if somebody is asking, you have to say that can be made mandatory against with the help of document type. Okay, so this is all about transaction posting, guys. That's all in this session.